Members of the Alternative for Germany party celebrated Russian President Vladimir Putin's birthday on October 7 at the Russian embassy in Berlin, according to Spiegel magazine. 3 members of the Saxony-Anhalt parliament from the Alternative for Germany party took part in an event at the Russian embassy in Berlin, the publication reported. They were Hans-Thomas Tilschneider, Florian Schröder and Frank-Otto Lizurek. At the same time, other parliamentary factions in Germany sharply criticized this event, writes Spiegel. According to the German MDR television channel, the party was organized by the pro-Russian far-right magazine, Compact, whose activities were previously restricted for distributing unconstitutional materials. At the event, the magazine's editor-in-chief, Jürgen Elzesser, called Putin a statesman and patriot who defends Western values against Western leftism and wished the Russian leader long life. Tilschneider, in particular, has previously been known for his pro-Russian statements and his controversial visit to occupied eastern Ukraine in 2022. Oliver Kirchner, co-chair of the Alternative for Germany faction in Saxony-Anhalt, confirmed that he was aware of his colleagues' participation, although he was not invited. According to him, members of parliament should contact all parties. CDU faction leader Guido Heuer said some Alternative for Germany members had lost touch with the foundations of free democracy. Andreas Silbersack, a representative of the liberal FDP party, called on the Alternative for Germany to decide who they are on the same front with, Putin or Trump. Recall, on October 7, more than 40 foreign leaders sent birthday greetings to Russian President Vladimir Putin. Earlier, Putin invited the military to lunch in St. Petersburg on his birthday. The Kremlin released footage of Russian President Vladimir Putin's lunch with military personnel, which took place in St. Petersburg on the head of state's birthday, RIA Novosti reports. The footage shows the Russian leader, Defense Minister Andrei Belousov, FSB Director Alexander Bortnikov, Chief of the General Staff of the Armed Forces Valery Gerasimov, and commanders of troop groups sitting at a table. The president invited military personnel to lunch during a visit to the Peter and Paul Cathedral. "We'll move from here to another location later. We'll have a meeting, some work, and then I invite you to lunch," Putin said. On his birthday, Putin also held a meeting with permanent members of the Russian Security Council and telephone conversations with foreign representatives. On October 7, the president celebrated his 73rd birthday. Russian President Vladimir Putin and Tajik President Emomali Rahmon held bilateral talks in Dushanbe Thursday, during the Russian leader's state visit to Tajikistan. According to Associated Press, Rahmon praised cooperation between Russia and Tajikistan, while Putin in turn said the two countries are reliable allies, and pledged to fulfill its alliance obligations to the nation. Russia has maintained a military base in Tajikistan, which shares a porous 1,300-kilometer border with Afghanistan. Tajikistan is a member of the International Criminal Court that in 2023 issued a warrant for Putin for alleged war crimes stemming from Moscow's actions in Ukraine, but he faces no risk of arrest in the country that relies on close political, economic and military ties with Russia. The ICC has no police force and relies on members to assist in arrests.
Мы поддерживаем активный политический диалог. Успешно развивается торгово-экономические и культурно-гуманитарные связи. Продолжается рост товарооборота и реализации гуманитарных проектов. Мы тесно сотрудничаем в сфере безопасности. Готов обсудить с вами сегодня эти и другие вопросы.
В области безопасности, обороны мы проводим постоянную работу, имея в виду и ту ситуацию, непростую ситуацию, которая складывается в регионе. Мы надежные союзники, и Россия очень дорожит и, безусловно, будет выполнять все союзнические наши обязательства. Очень спасибо вам, прежде всего, за приглашение посетить Таджикистан с визитом, с государством. Российская советская классика. Первое. Да. Значит, их всего 25 экземпляров. Это экземпляр номер 1. Внешний день там касается, в том числе графических вещей. Интересно.
Самый лучший подарок. Протокол.